Hi, welcome to Gays 2 Planet, the podcast where two boyfriends kiki about all things K-pop, and we are talking about the finale
Like a finale.
of Boys 2 Planet.
4.5 hours.
Well, 4.5 hours for, I think, not a good episode of TV. We'll just say off the bat, I don't think this is as good of an episode as the Boys Planet finale, nor the Girls Planet finale.
I just feel like there were no stakes. The whole thing just was like, who's getting 7th and 8th?
This top 8 that got in the group is the exact same top 8 as from last episode.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like, there's no stakes.
It's just,
and you could feel that there were no stakes, and you could look at the boys' faces, and it's like the people that know they're gonna get in don't look worried at all. Like, I bet Anshin slept great the night before.
Okay, let me just go over the fluff and then we can get to the performances because there's a little bit of fluff. The host is Jae-jung. They remember that he existed from the Chinese Planet show.
It would have been nice if there were two, so they could banter between them.
Yeah, bring Shen Xiaoting back. Like, she has not been on the show for a while. Okay, they start with, they show the 16 boys at the very beginning of the episode, and they are rode hard and put away wet, and they perform Ola Solar, and they just look spent, which is scary that they're, starting the episode looking so exhausted.
They start the episode looking like zombies.
And they do, an interview segment that I just called the Gap ad interviews. Again, this was a really beautiful segment from Boys Planet. You remember this, where it was, really nicely color corrected and people got props? Mm-hmm. It felt like
different sets, too.
It felt like a mini documentary. This felt like way more on the cheap. All I wrote down was that Liu said, "I used to be locked in a basement."
Which is feels like an internet reference to K-pop.
The basement, yeah, the YG basement. They have a fortune teller segment that doesn't matter. It's a spoof off of some other Korean show that I've never seen. They do the graduation ceremony, but really fast. This is the part where everyone decorates the room, and then they have the mentors come in and they give them a cake and thank them. But they decorated that room in an edit of 15 seconds.
Which is crazy because we have time to film.
Because we have 4.5 hours. They do make custom t-shirts. Again, I wish we could have seen more of this because this is incredible. They make this beautiful anime drawing for Kinky. I could not write down who made it. And then Sakun, the local teacher, gets this horrifying t-shirt where he has a roid neck. And I'm hold on to that and sell that later. Everybody sell those later once this group blows up.
Hyolyn looks like Gollum cosplaying as Hyolyn.
I wrote down melted candle.
Wait, it's hard to draw on fabric.
It is. There's a sleepover segment. Again, it doesn't matter. All these things are things that we saw last season that were more interesting and fun. Maybe we just liked some of those boys better, but I remember oh, Camden's wearing his glasses. And it just does not matter as much this time to me.
This also was much less convincing that they're actually sleeping there. This feels like it was.
Were you convinced last time?
More so than this. This was clearly filmed at 11:30 in the morning. They didn't seem sleepy at all.
I thought it was weird that Liu was sleeping naked. That was I felt like that was awkward for the other boys.
I thought it was normal. He's from Australia. It's hot there.
Oh, Leo. I meant Liu.
Oh, Liu.
No, Leo had a thong on.
Oh.
Yeah.
A banana hammock.
Yeah, very Australian.
And somebody was wearing a nightie.
I wish. Okay, that's the end of the fluff because I'm skipping the part where they perform for their peers and get letters written to them because we literally skipped that part while watching it. Back in the auditorium where Isna is in the audience and they look the best they've ever looked.
Oh, yeah.
Sarang looks incredible, but they all look...
They're all sitting so straight, too.
Good. Get those makeup contracts.
Yeah, Sarang, she's my shining beauty.
Yeah.
Kepler, not seen.
Kepler, not here. Zero Base One, not here.
Not even one yeah, whoa.
IZ*ONE, not here. There's a few members of...
Somi could have been here.
There's a few... Oh, IOI, not here. There's a few members of Wanna One looking cuckoo crazy, and then there's Isna.
Why does Wanna One look like inflated toddlers? They look like...
I don't know.
They have inserted the baby fat back into the wrong areas. I mean, at one point, they switched camera angles and both of you and I at the same time went, oh.
I think that was a Daehui who looked, and he's the gay one. He looked crazy. Okay, let's talk about the name. Alpha Drive One.
It's fine.
It's absolutely fine, guys. The whole Aldi One thing that people are saying it sounds like Aldi, which it does. We never really ended up, at least outside of Korea, calling Zero Base One ZB1. I didn't see that much. I didn't use that. So
I think it's only in text.
Yeah.
People on Reddit will say ZB1.
Yeah, I don't think that we're going to be saying Aldi One.
Zero starts with a Z, and now we're on to a new alphabet with alpha. And then you can also if you draw an alpha with your hand in the air, it looks kind of like you're driving. Like you have a steering wheel.
Yeah, the driving element to me is the coolest part. Like that's what the mentors were picking up. They're like, oh, drive. And they were like doing driving motions. Like
they could have just been called drive and the I as a 1.
I know. If they were like, we are drive, that would be cool. Alpha drive, also cool.
Alpha Drive 1, the least cool, but still fine.
It's okay.
It's continuity.
It's a frequel. Okay, we're going to breeze through the performances and songs because admittedly, because we didn't watch episode 12, there's a lot of the air is just gone out of these songs because we don't have the like investment of like who's getting the killing part, Jay's getting pushed out of Jelly Pop main vocal. Like we don't have that here. We just kind of had to take them as performances. Okay, Never Been to Heaven is like a Michael Jackson flavored retro song. I don't think it's as good as like Sugar High, and nothing is as good as Jelly Pop here.
Or On Guard.
Or On Guard. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Never Been to Heaven is not any of those. The styling is really wrong. It's an 80s, kind of 80s funk song, and they're wearing like brown Western. It does not make sense. They should be in white suits with black shoes or just 80s clothes, members only jackets, anything but this.
Yeah, or Miami Vice.
White suits with like turquoise shirts, purple shirts, neon green shirts, anything. I rewatched this and just wrote that some people are selling this like fun smiley thing, which Kangmin is really good here and Ganu is good, and they're both the only ones wearing pink. And then others either like aren't selling it, like Anshin or Leo. And I know in the interim the judges were like, you guys don't have to like be so smiley cringe, like you could just do it your way. So Leo just completely just does it like it's a bad boy song if you watch. And then other people, Junmin is technically in this song. I think he was operating the camera maybe.
Yeah, this is kind of where you realize that some people just can't do different concepts.
And I don't like the choreo. So Brat Attitude. Brat Attitude, I like when we were watching it, I was like, oh, this song is dumb. But then rewatching it, I'm like, well, the choreo is like really cool. And the outfits are more effortful. This is the one where the intro, they get mug shots with fake crimes and they're standing next to a height chart that doesn't make sense because there's like 6'8" is both above them and below them. I loved all their fake crimes, and Gia Howe's is Grand Theft Glances. It's just like insane. So I'm like, okay, the intro is actually like campy and fun. And then the choreo's cool. And the best part I think of the entire episode is there's a part where a woman goes and Shinlong like convulses to it while all the other boys are touching him. And I'm like, it's the best part of the episode. But both of the performances are lip synced, which just takes like, again, all the air out of things because we've watched this whole show. One of the reasons I started watching the original, like maybe Produce 48 season that I started with, I was like, oh, here's a show where they're not lip syncing. Like I can watch a show where all the performances are live. But this is like so canned, and I felt bad for Chen Kai-wen, who has like these big main vocal moments, but they're so studio, not real sounding.
They just don't have enough time either. Because what? They probably have a week to learn this, record it on the second day, and then have 3 days to learn. So it's just not convincing. I mean, not as bad as Baby Monster.
Wait, Baby Monster doing what?
Hot Sauce.
Oh, yeah.
Where they just aren't even holding the microphone to their mouth.
Okay, and then briefly, How to Fly is like the song where everyone stands with a hand mic and they have like fuzzy sweaters on. This season, it's a light blue and white color scheme. They are actually singing live for this.
I don't think so.
No, they are. Or I am led to believe it sounds quite live. I think the song is weird and has like a lot of talking and rapping and there's not a lot of music. But I do think rewatching this, I was like, oh, Lee-jung sounds really good. Oh, Dongyu sounds really good. Oh, Leo. Oh, Songwon sounds good. Like maybe a little bit less worried for the vocals of this eventual group.
I haven't been worried about the vocals. If Leo was there, I think
that's enough.
Yeah. Like one of the most popular people is a good singer, so you feel a little safer.
Okay, let's talk about the actual group. So in first place, ranked first the entire show is Songwon,
who had, I think, double the votes that 8th had.
Yeah. I'm completely fine with this. He was always fine. He's a good dancer, good singer. Has a good attitude. Mm-hmm. Not a brat one. Second is Anshin. Sure.
This is where I'm like, the popularity of some of the people just made the show have no stakes.
Yeah, Anshin was number 2 the entire time.
It was just like, those two
locked
are in the group and we are building a 6-member group to be with those two.
Well, how do you feel about this group being 8 members?
I thought the placement of the chairs the whole season has been weird.
Yes,
That's why I thought, oh, a 9th chair is going to rise.
Because it wasn't symmetrical.
Yeah, because it wasn't symmetrical. And I was like, this...
They could have they had 3 on that first row, and there was space to rise a 4th one.
The whole season, I was like, well, I mean, there's probably a 9th chair that will rise up.
Sorry, Kangmin. Shinlong at 3.
He's looking better and better.
Very happy. I'm like, he's JYP, which we love. Attractive, good, unique rapper. Like, great tone for rapping. Mm-hmm. They never prioritize rapping in these groups, in these lineups. But like, okay, I'm like, okay, great. We have one. We don't just have to be like, Matthew, rap. Ganuk, do it. We actually have one that feels like it makes sense. Ganu at 4. You said you have the least handle on Ganu.
Yeah.
I came to like him more near the end, I think maybe because of Chains. I just think he's
just
like
when he kissed the chain.
Yeah, I think it really won me over when he kissed that chain. I just think he is just very cute, and like even in this episode, it Never Been to Heaven, he was one of my top 2 because I'm like, he's just having fun and smiling. Anshin's not doing that. He barely can bring himself to smile, but I'm like, Ganu is having fun in his little pink jacket. To me, I'm like, okay, great, tall, visual, cute, like. Sure. I don't know if he sings, raps, whatever. I still don't know that. I feel like I should know that by now, but props. Okay, Jia Hao at 5.
He's flavor.
He's flavor.
So far, we've only talked about people that are Korean beauty standard, the house down boots. Just like perfect little people that are just like beautiful and nice and they just want you to be their girlfriend. But Jia Hao is like, I'm a little androgynous.
I look great in a choker, great in a crop top.
He just has, a little sex appeal.
Yeah.
But like a little like slightly queer sex appeal. Not that I think he is at all, but.
Well, it's nice because like Shinlong can be like low voice masculine rapping, and then Jia Hao can be like, my belly button's out. Lee Leo at 6th. I mean, they need him.
English speaker.
We never heard it, but I believe it.
To me, he's like a little bit like Mortar. JYP, when he's picking groups, will be like, a producer loves somebody like you because we just know that we can have a hold on a song. I mean, you might have like somebody who's a belter, but we need somebody who's holding the rest of the song together. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's Leo.
That's what Leo did in like a lot of, that's what he did in Chains. Like, he's going to hold it down. Sanghyun at 7th. He's like the only one that we didn't want. It's fine that he's here, and I'm sure they'll do something with him, but he just never caught us and he like never impressed me. He never popped forward.
I thought in the first episode when he's first introduced and he's like, oh, I love rap and I love justice. I was like, oh, this guy has like lots of fun personality, which I feel like that's what the Korean girls were glomming onto. Mm-hmm. And he has impeccable makeup skills. Mm-hmm. He's like poreless.
He's like Plav.
And he sometimes has a very cute smile and sometimes the smile is very creepy.
So maybe he'll be more for like variety and skincare deals.
But there's always going to be someone in these groups that we don't care about. And that's him.
8th is a battle between initially Junsa, Liu, and Kangmin. And then it's Junsa versus Kangmin for 8th.
They were just showing this side by side and Kangmin looked like a zombie.
Yeah.
And Junsa looked like a makeup ad.
Yeah.
And was like completely composed. And Kangmin is like, it's just too desperate.
Yeah. He seemed like a wreck for a while now.
And especially after the episode where he's like yelling at his teammate.
Hang you.
Yeah, I was like, you kind of lost it for me.
Yeah, Kangmin, it's more like, I think he would have added something to the group because he is a good singer. Like, he's quite talented, but he's from Very Very. And guys, Very Very, I don't know if I've talked about them. I was obsessed with them in their debut year. I have my own headcanon album for Very Very, which is I cherry picked only their pop songs, and there's enough to make a 10-track album. I just listen to that. I only want them to do like New Jack Swing. So I like aspects of his group, and they sent 3 people to the show and their contract's not over. So I'm like, great, Kangmin, go back to Very Very with the others. I think they're gonna have a comeback in like December, people are saying. So I'm like, just push your own group. That's why I never felt desperate that he had to get in here, because he has a group. It's under Jellyfish. Like, he's good. And it's the same with Lee-jung and Junmin. They're both from the group Wib.
Wib seems like in Harry Potter when they have like the slurs. Like Wib sounds like one of them.
It's a portmanteau of white and black. But Wib, also current group, they have big budget music videos. They had like some really good song last year. And I'm like, okay, well, Junmin and Lee-jung could just go back to that. It's not like they're in some group that doesn't have any money. Like, so I feel like okay with them too. Even though Junmin was my one pick and that's who I was voting for. But I've learned that whoever I'm voting for does not get in the group.
Well, on these shows, you learn life's not fair.
You just learn to let go.
Fuyaning,
where are you?
producing garbage music in China. With a red lip and a dream.
Okay, I want to shout out to the parents really fast, just to say that Gunu's dad, it looks like he's 7 feet tall. Shinlong's mom was wearing a page boy hat and pearls with a red lip.
Fashion.
Matte red lip. Fashion. And then Anshin's dad looks like he's 1,000 years old and is the tannest person there. And his mom looks like she's from one of China's maybe like minority ethnic groups. She looked very unique to me. And I was like,
you could have told me she lived in Michigan.
Yeah, I was like,
and I would have been like, oh, yeah, wow.
I'm like, wait, what? Who is Anshin's mom? I need to look into this because she looked so unique.
Well, he looks unique. He looks like a...
Yeah, that's true.
Like a weasel.
Oh. I thought I was going to say he looked like he could be like in an anime piloting like a Gundam pilot as like a teen.
Yeah. I mean, I think we should briefly mention that the camera spent as much time on eliminated people as it did on the group members.
Like you mean in the crowd and stuff?
In the crowd.
Yeah. A lot of time on Fan Yi and Chen Bowen.
And Zihao.
Oh, yeah. Zhou. A lot of time on Zhou. Hanum with the blonde hair, sometimes there, but a lot on the Chinese contestants. And I think we know why. It's like, remember these guys? Never forget, never forget. Okay, so would you stan Alpha Drive 1 or Alpha Drive 2?
Alpha Drive 1.
Same.
I can't believe that Eugene was the lowest rated.
I think Eugene, I was surprised that he made it to the finale and I think this shows the power of, if you have a storyline in the initial 2 episodes,
it will take you to
people will vote for you the entire time all the way to the finale, because Eugene, because of like the scandal stuff, they buried him, but it's still like he built a loyal fan base. So those first 2 episodes are the most important thing, and then everything else these boys struggle for over the last 4 months don't matter because Dongyu's not in the group.
I just think that the way that they have the voting structured, it's like what you do. Yeah, the first 2 episodes just get the ball rolling.
Yeah.
Voting just closed for the first episode of the next season, and they haven't even announced who the people are. You just have to go based on a number. I voted for 42.
Oh my God, so did I.
What a cute silhouette. You can just tell.
The silhouette of the numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think Alpha Drive 1, I just think this group is very good looking. I think that they have talent to be a group, but I'm like, when Junsa got in, I was like, the visuals are crazy. Zero Base 1 has like a few like visuals. Jiu. But this is like over half visuals.
But visuals who can do things.
Honestly, yeah.
Not just
it's like this group is like visuals.
Cuban,
I think like everyone is a visual, except I would not put Leo in the visual category.
Yeah.
But everybody else is.
If we turn the mouth the right way up.
He more like looks cool. He's like interesting looking, but he's not like skincare commercial. But I'm like, this is a group of visuals who could do things. And I don't know that we've gotten that with a boy band since maybe like SF9 or something.
So these are the Promise 9.
Yeah, this is Promise 9.
Yeah, because he's a Promise 9.
Congratulations to Bromus 9. I mean, that's the show. They finish it by everyone's hugging. Like all the people come onto the stage, all the old contestants are all hugging, confetti is falling, and then the lights go out, and there's a red ball on the ground, and Jaejung picks it up, and he announces, "Cunt Planet, Homo Race." So the Chinese breakaway show is on in December.
This is so unfair to the Korean. That the Chinese people get a second chance.
Oh, and the Koreans don't.
And the Koreans don't.
The rumor is it will only have 30 people and be 4 episodes. They're just showing a lot of the Chinese contestants to remind you that they exist. Fan Yi, My Girl, was filmed a lot, and he was filmed especially at the end right before this announcement.
And Bowen.
Chen Bowen filmed a lot here. Zhou. So this episode really becomes like a backdoor pilot for Cunt Planet Homo Race, which I guess we will have to recap.
I hope we see more Shen Xiaoting.
I know. Yeah, I would love to see like Wenzi hosting.
Yeah, I wish that they would bring back contestants.
Bring back that pretty girl that didn't wear her contacts and accidentally called someone ugly.
Yeah, that kind of flavor was missing from this Boys 2 Planet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Zhou is just carrying the flavor on his back.
This whole time I was just like, this show is fine to watch, but I'm not like dying to start the episode ever.
No. I think the strongest parts of the show was the middle rounds where they got like the really good sets, like the original song round and the round before that. Those were like the height where they really spent more money on the concert, and we felt like everybody was quite good. Mm-hmm. And then the end is kind of a bummer because all the like really good people like Yoonmin, who was from Loud, or even Yoonsa, the baby from Loud, like a lot of those exciting contestants, the guy that danced with Connie, like a lot of those really good people got eliminated, and now you're just left with who's left at the end, and everyone is just lip syncing. So it kind of like ends on a low.
Yeah, but that's just the nature of these Korean shows.
Okay, well, that's our show. If you are new to our podcast from joining us for these recaps, we do a monthly 20-minute show looking at the good, the bad, and the ugly of K-pop. I mean, find another K-pop podcast that's only 20 minutes.
We'll wait.
So please join us for that.
Okay, we're done waiting.
There'll be an episode coming soon. We're on Instagram at Gays Planet Pod. If you liked the show, you can leave us comments there. You can leave us comments on Spotify. I mean, I don't know what song we're leaving you out on, but
yeah, don't pay for any of the finale
songs.
I'm
not buying the finale songs.
Just do Solar.
Bye.
Bye, boy.
끝이 없는 어둠 속 시력 같은 갤럭시 너와 나 둘이서 burn